To absolutely nobody's surprise, Novo Nordisk, the company behind the Ozempic injections, is facing approximately 1,800 lawsuits totaling $2 billion. Patients are reporting stomach paralysis and vision loss, and these complications were not clearly warned about. When I first heard about Ozempic, I was hearing that it's a miracle drug with no side effects, and you don't have to worry about anything. It makes you lose all this weight, and there's absolutely no side effects. Apparently, that wasn't true. So, Ozempic, a drug used for diabetes and weight loss, is facing one of the largest pharmaceutical legal battles in recent years, with over 1,800 lawsuits already filed in the US courts and more growing rapidly. So, this is just the beginning, right? It seems like this is a very common side effect for what has effectively been a wide scale drug test. Like, there was no way of knowing the side effects on this, and they still allowed it to go through. Ozempic also sold under brands like Wegovy and Ribelsus. Never heard of that one. Belongs to a group of medicines called GLP-1 receptor agonists. These drugs were originally approved to treat type 2 diabetes, but soon became popular for weight loss because they suppress appetite, help regulate blood sugar, and eventually help in losing weight. There's a real important thing to consider whenever you're thinking about taking a medication. If the effect of the medication is this small, the side effects will be this small, right? But if the effect of the medication is this big, the side effects are going to be this. I'm going out of the camera. Are going to be huge, right? You need to keep that in mind. The strongest medications have the strongest side effects. So while many people have lost weight with the drug, more and more patients say it left them with serious side effects. Court filings list a range of serious health problems linked to Ozempic. These include severe gastrointestinal issues as gastroparesis, stomach paralysis, intestinal blockages, and persistent vomiting. Patients have also reported gallbladder complications like inflammation and gallstones. Some cases involve sudden vision loss linked to a condition called NAON, non arteritic anterior ischemic optic neuropathy. Okay, I'm not a doctor. Okay? Don't sue me. Apart from these, pancreatitis and kidney damage have also been reported. Patients say Novo Nordisk did not give them enough warning about these risks, even as more cases of complications were being reported. Some research studies are being used as evidence in these lawsuits. A 2023 study in JAMA Internal Medicine found that people using GLP-1 drugs had a higher risk of developing gastroparesis compared with non-users. Eye specialists have reported a rise in cases of suddenly unexplained vision loss in patients who had recently taken Ozempic. Meanwhile, the FDA Adverse Effects Database has logged thousands of complaints about gastrointestinal and vision problems tied to the drug. So my question is, with thousands of complaints, how is it allowed to go to the public people? Like, how are people able to buy this drug when it's untested? And the only like testing we have is saying that there's serious problems with it. I just don't understand this. Novo Nordisk calls Ozempic safe. However, Novo Nordisk strongly denies these claims. The company says Ozempic is safe when used as prescribed, and that all medications carry some risk. But plaintiffs claim the full scope of potential harm was not communicated, especially when the drug began widely used for off-label weight loss, a purpose for which it was not originally approved. So again, if that's not what it's for, how are how are people getting this? Can you just buy this off the shelf? I don't even know. So what happens next? The litigation is still in this discovery phase as of this month. This means both sides are gathering documents, reviewing scientific data, and preparing expert witnesses. Bellwether trials, a handful of cases will go to trial. First, their outcomes will serve as test runs showing how juries respond to the evidence. Expert testimony, doctors and researchers will present studies linking Ozempic to reported side effects. Do they only link, or do they also say, I don't think this is true? I wonder. I don't know. Settlement talks. If juries side with patients' early trials, Novo Nordisk may be pushed towards a global settlement. I think that's the likely case. Expansion of claims, new side effects such as kidney injury, hair loss, and emotional distress are being emotional distress. Dude. So the 2 billion number is an estimate. Okay, here you go. So what's Next, for Ozempic. For anyone using Ozempic or similar drugs, doctors recommend watching closely for symptoms such as severe abdominal pain. Watching closely for symptoms such as severe abdominal pain, persistent nausea, or vomiting. I don't think I'm gonna miss that, bro. I don't think I'll miss that one. Unexplained digestive issues. I mean, we know they're explained now, right? It's also important to discuss the risks and benefits of a healthcare provider with a healthcare provider before starting or stopping these medications. While lawsuits are making headlines, many patients still benefit from GLP-1 drugs under careful medical supervision. The Ozempic lawsuits show the gap between how drugs are approved and how they are later used. Medications designed for diabetes are now prescribed widely for weight loss, sometimes without long-term safety data. This legal fight could change the way drug companies warn about risks, how regulators deal with off-label use, and how much responsibility manufacturers carry. Is it Ozempic's fault if you're using this the wrong way? Let me know what you think. I personally believe if you thought that Ozempic was risk-free, then you were tricking yourself into believing that. There's absolutely not a single person on this planet who should have believed, with everything that's happened with Purdue Pharmaceuticals, everything that's been happening with the medical industry, there's not a single person who should believe that Ozempic was without risk, in my humble opinion. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and put your thoughts down below. If you have a topic you'd like me to talk about, put that down below as well. Peace.